try TV again, Diane, because I'm super excited to be talking to someone who is like super hyped all the way in New Zealand. Belay Fernando, thanks for being on the show. It must be so exciting for you to be there. First of all, tell us what's the atmosphere like uh, of the World Cup in Dunedin, which is the venue for your first game.
So we've just been here for a day. Like, it's a small town. You really can't feel it yet, except that when we were in the airport, we were met with a greeting of Pinoys, and of course our Philippine ambassador to New Zealand, always there to welcome us. See Ambassador Kira Azucena with the consul general, sorry. They were there to welcome us with a lot of Pinoys, and then we saw some of the players' families already in the airport, so you could really feel the support coming in already when you're starting to see the familiar faces walking around Dunedin. So it's been really good.
I can feel the excitement on your voice. I mean, what's it like for the team? This is a ultimate dream come true. But one thing that I admire about our girls and of course Coach Allen and everyone else involved in the team is that okay, so we're excited about having qualified, but we are not just there to show up, but we are there to compete and win. So what's the vibe like with all the girls there?
Of course, it's serious when we need to be serious, when it's training, when it's meetings. Like, everyone is focused on their jobs, and what we're here to accomplish is not just to participate. We're here to compete, and we're here to make all Filipinos proud. To be a part of the FIFA Women's World Cup, which is the highest level of competition for the sport of football.
Yeah.
But also the girls and the coaches and the staff know how to have fun. So it's a good atmosphere on and off the pitch.
Yeah, I took note of a statement that was said by Coach Allen. He said that it's so special for him to be training our group of girls because they're so passionate, they're so intense, and they're so driven, and they're so willing to learn. And like parang I was like really, I don't know, I got a little emotional when I read that because parang for him to say that, si Coach Allen, about our girls really tells you about the character of our squad.
Yeah, I think the one thing you can say about them really is they're so talented, they're so special, but they remain humble, and they're always full of gratitude when they get to see and meet the fans. They're so grateful for all the support.
Nice. Bella, how was the training? How would you describe the training first in Australia? Because you were there for, I think, more about a month or more. And then how was the Auckland camp?
Yeah, of course, the Australia camp was very tough. It was tough on all of us. It was a grind. And everyone was there with this goal in mind. And we just had this routine that we carried on. We've been carrying out throughout the 18 months that we've been together, and
Mm-hmm.
we continued that in Australia, and we continued it in Auckland. So although it feels very special because we're here for the Women's World Cup, it felt normal. It felt like it's like going through the motions, and we know what we're supposed to do day in and day out.
Yeah. So as the team administrator, you were also a player in the national team. I went back on it correct me if this is wrong, from 2006 to 2013.
No, 2009 to 2013.
2013. So how are you contented with the level that we've reached? I know that Coach Allen has been saying that since the time we qualify that we really need to step up, and of course I'm confident you have the best group of girls there. How is the level of the team?
Um, for me, they're really like above and beyond. Like, I'm so impressed with their talent and their dedication and the discipline that they have to do this every single day, and their willpower, and still willing to learn and still improve. But for me, the most important thing is we've reached the pinnacle of football fairly quickly, but also not quickly, because it's been a long time coming. All these girls have been playing with the team, some of them since 2009, like Sinaina were there, Haley Long, a
Mhm.
lot of them, 2017. So I think, just to make it sustainable, I don't want our team to just qualify this one time. I want us to continue continue, being a dominant force in Southeast Asia and Asia. So I hope that will be the turn that this will take after the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, I posted on my Instagram the video of the moment when the team qualified. You know, we were down 3-2 in the qualifying tournament against Chinese Taipei, and then we had to like score that fantastic comeback with the in the penalties and the saves by Olivia. So, grabe yung talagang pinagdaanan ng team, and you know, as someone who's been involved in football, as you were saying, dati hindi naman talaga masyadong napapansin yung women's football in the Philippines, and now like all eyes on the team, like everyone's like, you know, super watching and waiting, and it must it must feel so good, and as you said that you're hoping not just for this year but that it would really like push, you know, girls to continue this football dream.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the announcement video. I bring it up all the time. It brought so much tears. I've been crying so much every time I watch it, about these young girls that were imitating their idols, or someone to look up to, their ates on the team. And that's the most important thing, to inspire the next generation of girls. And, hopefully they find their passion in the sport as well.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, this is gonna air on Sunday night, so the game would versus Switzerland would have been played. But w- how do you assess Switzerland? What is your fearless forecast? How do
You
they
know,
play?
yeah, whenever you go against like European countries, footballing nations, teams that are ranked higher than you,
Mm-hmm.
you're always the underdog. But watching the team, I think they're ready to step up to the challenge, and I hope we surprise a lot of football critics around the world tonight. And I feel that we will do well. We will show the world that we are world class. The Filipinas are world class. Yeah.
Yeah, so well, our best ranking as it is right now is 46. Switzerland is 20, right? But you know, like New Zealand just beat Norway. New Zealand 20 ranked 26 just beat Norway ranked 10. So anything's really possible, right?
Correct. Yeah, anything's really possible. And, hopefully, we have a crowd coming out for us tonight. We're not sure yet exactly the numbers that we'll see, since it's quite difficult to get to Dunedin. And it's
Yeah.
very cold here. So it might be difficult for a lot of the Pinoy fans to get here. But hopefully, we are able to rally that support here in Wellington and Auckland for the rest of our matches and feel a little bit of what New Zealand felt last night.
Yeah, I think there might be more Pinoys than Swiss there. I hope. Diba?
Hopefully. Yeah.
How so you said it's super cold. I mean, how are the girls adapting to playing in that cold weather?
Um,
The pitch is outside, right?
It's covered. The
Oh, it's
stadium is
cold.
covered. Yeah, it's covered, but there's still air pockets in the corners. The good thing is we have girls who play professionally in Sweden, in Norway, Iceland, so they're kind of used to this climate already.
Yeah,
And we've been preparing. The rest of the team who weren't in professional clubs have been preparing in Australia. Who's It's also winter time in Australia, and
yeah.
then we moved to New Zealand. So we've kind of adapted already. I hope. I mean, we've already adapted and we're prepared with with the gear. Just wear all the layers that you can. But yeah, once you're out there on the pitch and you're warmed up, like, yeah, you don't really notice the weather anymore.
So at least since it's covered, it's somewhat controlled the temperature. It's not like crazy blowing like cold wind, diba?
Um, yes and no. There's still those pockets in the side, so
Ah, okay.
it's still quite cold.
Have,
Not as cold as
yeah.
outside. Yeah.
Are you able to practice in the actual pitch?
No,
For,
no.
no.
They're protecting the pitch as much as possible.
Ah, okay. So what are the conditions gonna be like naman in Wellington against New Zealand, the home crowd? You saw the home crowd cheer for them, diba?
Yeah.
So what do you think about our New Zealand matchup, Belay?
I mean, I hope that I feel like the Philippine embassy which is based in Wellington did really their
Oh,
best to rally the Filipino community, and of course the families, the fans that flew in. I think majority of them will be flying in for Wellington and Auckland. So I hope that we can match up. But even if we're again the smaller crowd, the underdog, I hope that we step up to the challenge and they really cheer our girls on, and that we it will be felt that the Filipinos are there in Wellington and Auckland.
Yeah, ganun naman yung team natin, di ba? They thrive on being the underdog. I think proven it to themselves that they can do it. So they know they can do it one more time. And if there's ever a time to do it, it's right now.
Right now. Yeah.
And it's also going to be covered in Wellington, like
No,
somewhat covered the pitch, or it's open na.
it's open.
Ah, okay, okay. And then what about, so New Zealand is ranked 26th. What about seeing what you saw, uh, world number 10, Norway? So I guess you could say they're beatable, di ba?
I mean, we always say in football, bilog ang bola. Like
Mm-mm.
it's the team that shows up there wanting it more. There were some results that this team has shown and no one expected. So that's the energy that we and the mindset that we'd like to bring onto the pitch. That we are here, we are in the World Cup. It's not easy to get here, and we are here. So we're going to do our best to represent in all aspects.
Yeah, top 32 teams in the world, and the Philippines is there in the FIFA Women's World Cup. That's so good. Bella, to move on from the group stage to the next stage, to the knockout stage, what's the magic formula?
I think that when before that win of New Zealand over Norway, it's just these two games were really would be the key. But now that the expectation of Norway beating New Zealand, I guess it's not coming from the team. The when you read the articles, it's really been no expectation of New Zealand performing even in the local
Mm,
publications of New Zealand, and they somehow put it together. So now really it's anyone's ball game. We just have to take it one game at a time and
yeah,
focus on that game. And then after that game is done, whatever the result is, move on to the next. It's really there's no magic formula, but the same hard work, focus, and determination in each game.
that's right. But I can imagine the confidence of New Zealand, like having beaten number 10 Norway, diba? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna be playing them in their hometown.
Yeah,
Spelling,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my, that's gonna be something to really look forward to.
Yeah.
Um, Bella, so what about Coach Allen? Can you share some of the things that he's been, telling the team, and how he's guiding this team? Of course, with his caliber of coaching, he's been to the World Cup so many times now. How much has he helped the team?
I think Coach Allen's attention to detail, I always say it. It's something that, cannot be matched. I mean, I've not seen the level of
Like,
detail that he and his staff have put into preparations.
wow,
It's a lot of pressure on all of us, but I think it's a good learning experience for us, like really moving forward, whatever we do, like we will carry this knowledge and this experience with us. In terms of the players, it's the same, just how to step up already. Like I said, they're really good, talented players already, and just to be able to learn more from the experiences of Coach Allen and his staff, it just levels them up more. And just the professional environment that we never really experienced it before in all my years
right,
working in football and with the national team. So having that confidence, you haven't even stepped on the pitch yet, you already feel like world class, like a world class athlete and world class staff and team,
yeah,
because you know that you prepared everything and you did everything you could, and now we just leave it onto the pitch. Like that's what they brought in, and that's what I feel, that we came ready. So whatever happens, win the
yeah.
moment. That's the mentality, and we've done everything we could to win the moment.
Yeah, wow, how exciting to be under the mentorship of a world class, as I said, professional environment. I can just imagine, like, parang night and day, yung
Mhm.
ano.
Yeah.
Can you give one example to a detail that he's very, like, like, I mean, could be a simple thing, but something maybe the team hasn't done before.
I think just everything. Like we just go over them, and the previous coaches, we just look at them as a team. Just prepare the plans based on the preparation of the team, but
Mhm.
he goes into details of each and every player, which I think they appreciate. Like um
Yeah,
all yeah, all the players are really studied and prepared for the, and guided individually. And I think that says a lot, like about the time and effort and energy that Coach Allen and the staff put into the preparations, because yeah, each individual is looked at and prepared for differently. And because, as athletes and as individuals, they're all different, they're all gonna
that,
need yeah, different preparation. So yeah, I think that's been good.
that's fantastic. That's so good to hear. I'm sure each one then is like super, not just excited, but uh, feeling like they're ready, and of
Yes.
course, given that value. Well, in football talaga, every man, every woman on the pitch is so important, diba? So
Even
talaga,
off the pitch,
huh?
even the ones off the pitch, because they have to be ready.
Yeah, I'm sure like the stuff that you do, you're probably doing the job of 10 people. Right. Well, Bella, much for your time. I know it's like, like this is it. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. Maybe how can Filipino fans support the team kahit dito lang sa Pilipinas?
Sa Pilipinas, just support us by joining the watch parties, watching the live stream. The we to make us sustainable, we need the support, like a good backing, and by the fans, and just to make it a mainstream sport, hopefully in the Philippines one day, so that a lot of young girls and even young boys will be playing football. And then when we walk around the streets, it's not just people playing basketball. No hate to basketball.
Yeah.
But you will see little kids playing football and futsal all over the streets of the metro and all over the Philippines. So just keep supporting, sharing everything about the Filipinas. Just even those small things will, be huge already.
Yes, Filipinas, Filipinas. A great job you're doing, Bella. I'm so proud of you also. And you're such a valuable person to the team. I know, wow, I know the logistics and everything involved in just managing a football team, much less a football team that is in the pinnacle of tournament World Cup. All the best to you. Give our love to every single one. And Coach Allen, of course, thanks so much. Thanks,
Thank
Bella.
you. Thank you for having
Let's
me.
go.
Woo!
Well, thank you again for joining us dito sa Play Try TV. We hope you enjoyed our episode, and we hope, as Bella said, that we would support our Filipinas, our women's national football team, who has worked so hard to give honor and pride to the country in the most prestigious football tournament in the world for women, and that is the FIFA World Cup happening right now in New Zealand. If you're a young football player, please watch. These are your heroes. This is who you can be in the future. This is what your sport can give to you in the future. You can make it to the World Cup and be an example and inspiration to many, many, many young football girls who dream. Good luck, Filipinas. Mabuhay. Let's go. Until next time, maraming salamat.